Hi, my name is David Camp, and many people consider me the world's foremost expert on using audience polling to make meetings better. I, along with my co-author Matthew Freeman, have written the first book about this called Read the Room for Real. I made this video to answer common questions I get about audience polling. As you will see, a question cycle consists of asking a question, people responding, and then displaying a picture of the answers, and perhaps someone making a comment. I'm showing you the questions in real time because people often can't believe how fast this is, and how polling questions can be added to almost any meeting in a way that helps the speech, panel discussion, workshop, or whatever the meeting is about. I've edited in some additional commentary while people are answering questions because I want to give you as much information as possible very quickly. Ready? Let's go. Why would asking a question and seeing the collective answer transform a meeting? There's three major reasons for that. First, asking the audience a question, explaining the responses, turns an audience of passive observers into a group of participants doing something. Second, by showing a picture of the audience, speakers almost always say something about it, which further connects the participants to the stage. Third, a picture of the answers functions like a collective mirror, helping the participants see themselves more clearly. Let's switch to a polling demonstration I made for 50 communications officers in March of 2015. Okay, so each type of question reveals an aspect of diversity. Demographics reveal an aspect of identity diversity. Experience, diversity in one's life journey. Fact, diversity in knowledge, and opinion, diversity in perspective. So part of what you can do in a meeting is make good choices about which of these you use and when in order to enhance the purpose of the meeting. Which of these best describes where you work? Coastal North Carolina, Piedmont, or mountain/western? Which best describes where you work?
In the same room, and you can hear everybody's voice, but you're hearing them all at once. You just see it on the screen, and the answers are right there immediately. I mean, it's just a pretty cool way to ask people their opinions.
All right. Piedmont's in the house. Very nice. All right. Which of these is closer to describing your level of experience with audience polling devices? Clickers fear me, for I am their master. You've planned some meetings where they were used. You've seen them used many times. You've seen them used a few times. Well, what is this thing with numbers on it? Which is closest to describing your experience with this kind of technology? Okay. So, all right. So most 37% seen a few times, 29%, huh? What are you talking about? Very nice. There are 15 million SPEIK devices used worldwide. What is the closest to the percentage that are used outside of K through 17 classrooms?
About it was also educational, because at the end of it you had to say, I got that one wrong, I need to do some research, so maybe I have a gap, because you were thinking coming in I got the answer, and now it's like, oops, I was wrong. So if I'm wrong, maybe the other person might be wrong too, so now we can open up a dialogue and see what the real answers are.
The correct answer is 10%. So basically, the meetings market has not discovered these things. There's a lot of these things being used, but primarily in classrooms. So now, team competitions are a great way to add energy to a meeting, right? You were already on a team. The first question was worth 100 points. Let's see. The people from the Mountain Western are way ahead. They got it much more right than the other people. And I don't know what's up with the folks in Piedmont, who are the biggest group. Think about all of the public meetings that happen in your jurisdiction. About what portion of them would you assess as very good? Vast majority, 75% or more. Most, 55 to 75%, about half, 40 to 55%, some but not most, 25 to 40%, a few, 10 to 25%, or very few, less than 10%.
It made me, I think, more open to hear what people were going to say and interested. Where am I going to fit? And who am I in this group? And then who is everybody else?
Y'all having some bad meetings. Okay. Before I close, I want to point out a couple of additional reasons why polling really helps meetings. A lot of times people become more reflective about themselves and their group after they see where their answers compare to other people's answers. This is especially true if you use cross-tabulations to see how answers to some questions relate to other questions. In the demo, you saw how people's region related to how they answered the fact questions. We could have done that about what kind of meetings they were in. The cross-tabulation feature, which allows you to see how some questions relate to some other answers, really helps people see the group more clearly. A final point to make is that if you use questions with skill, you can help a group get a sense of what can or should happen to move the group's agenda forward. As we know, a lot of meetings feel like there's so much hot air with no action steps. If you're smart, polling can change that. For instance, one professional conference planner attended one of my meetings